Hi guys, welcome down to Craig Salter Golf. I am Craig Salter and today I have another review for you. So today I have a review of the MP-18 line, and this time I'm reviewing the split cavity. If you haven't already checked out the blade review that's up on my channel, go over and click that and you can go watch that. I'll leave the links in the description below and a card up here somewhere, so go check those out. Awesome looking golf club. Now if you want a little bit more forgiveness than a straight blade, you do have the split cavity as an option. Awesome looking golf club from the top. We've got some numbers off GCQuad and I'm also going to show you how this performs out on the golf course. So without further ado, let's get on with it. So what you're getting in the MP-18 split cavity, the player's cavity back as they market it. So nice and compact head, you get a slightly wider sole than the muscle back to help with that turf interaction, but you're still getting a nice thin tapered top line, short blade length, and again this goes smaller as you go into the wedges and is slightly longer in the longer clubs. Again, it's using their grain flow forged HD process. The top line is actually only 1mm thicker than the blades, so to the human eye it's not going to be noticeable. You just get that cutaway at the back there where the cavity is, just to lower that centre of gravity a little bit lower, just to help that ball launch. So I hit the clubs last night, got all the data from GCQuad, and I'm going to go over it now. I'm going to throw it up on the screen for you. But yeah, a really nice golf club, and the numbers are pretty much exactly what I'd expect to see off a cavity club like this. So if we just go through them, a quick run through, everything's sort of pretty much standard. Ball speed is good, launch angle is good with the 6-iron. So the 6-iron is 30 degrees in the split cavity, and I was hitting it with a KBS Tour stiff shaft, which is what I've been fit for, and I use in pretty much all of my irons as well. Carry distance is 165, which is pretty much where I sit with my 6-iron, 165 to 170, which is what you would have got there. There's a couple up, like I say, the 170, 167, and then there's a couple of 161s as well. Peak in height is good. Again, if you watch my MP-18 muscleback blade review, spin is a bit of a killer for me. It's not anything to do with these golf clubs. They are pretty much perfect. I just spin the ball quite a lot. So I struggle with sort of player irons when it comes to longer irons, which is where I need to maybe move into sort of game improvement irons. Not because I struggle with launch, but because I struggle with spin, and I spin them so much. So nearly 6.2 spin with the 6-iron. Again, I want it about the 6,000, maybe 5.8, 6,000. But these, like I said, are numbers I can deal with. So mid-irons, these would be perfect for me. They're spinning enough, but they're not spinning too much. If I went into the longer clubs, again, sort of 5-iron, 4-iron, I'm still spinning around the 5.5, maybe 6, still with a 5-iron, which is a bit of a killer for me. It just loses that distance. So really good numbers and a nice solid golf club. So we're going to jump out onto the course now, and I'm going to see how it plays out on the course. So guys, we've jumped onto the golf course now and I have the split cavity in my hand. I'm down here at Wickham Heights. I'm on the second hole, par 3. We've got 163 to the pin, and I'm just going to hit a shot with this. So from the numbers, this is pretty much the perfect club for me, I think, in the MP range. It's got that little bit of forgiveness rather than the blade. It still looks gorgeous and the spin numbers are good for me. I span the MP-18 a little bit too high for my liking. This sits perfect. I get that couple of extra yards just because I've got a slightly lower spin on it. So looking down again at this gorgeous looking golf club, slightly thicker top line than the blades, not too scary to look at. It's not, the MP-18s aren't
scary looking golf clubs from the top. I think the thick top line than what you imagine them to look like. I've got the JPX 900s and they're quite thin top line, but I like that look. This is on the edge of being too thick for me, but I think for most people it will be an absolute gorgeous golf club to look at, and they feel fantastic. So these are probably the ones I'd game. I'd probably maybe move into the MP-18 blades in maybe 8, 9 and pitching wedge, and these, you know, mid irons, and maybe the MMC in like a 4 iron, and the high fly in a 2 iron, I think would be a perfect set for me. And I think that is what this line does perfectly. It blends so well. Looking down at this one from the blade itself, you wouldn't know too much of a difference, just a slightly thicker top line. But like I said, nice distance, 163, just hit a nice shot in here, see how it feels. Push that one to the right slightly, a little bit toey, like all my shots at the moment, bizarrely. But nothing feels like a Mizuno. It feels really soft. It looks nice at the ball, nice at address. You've got that nice contrast between the edges of the sort of slightly brushed, shiny side, and then the really matte face. Sort of helps line up the ball really nice. Nice, encouraging top line, and yeah. Really nice feel off the face. Mizuno's always feel good, and I think this MP-18 line feels nice throughout the range. So last little test for the split cavity. Downhill lie, ball is slightly below my feet. I've got 160 into the pin downhill, so it's not a full one of these. It's going to have to be sort of a nice easy one, sort of just more than 3/4, nice smooth one. The ball's going to move from left to right as well. How do we feel sort of working the ball with this club? Does it give us confidence? Is it going to be able to do? I think the answer is going to be yes to all of those questions. Like I say, it looks great down at the address. We're just going to start it slightly left of the target, down at the left side of the green, let it fade back. Started a little bit too far left, and that is probably just left. It's got over the bunker, right side of the green. A little bit skinny, that one, but it still felt good, and I got good distance on it, even though it wasn't the best of strikes. So that's where that slight forgiveness comes in with the split cavity, even though it looks from the top like the blade. Really good set. Like I say, I think you can blend these really, really well.